We're just gonna have to be a little rough with it and hope we don't break the nipple. Hello and welcome back to Speed Freak Garage, home of power sports on YouTube. So we've got our repair parts for the gas tank. So the first thing we need to repair is our gas tube. Excuse me, came out of nowhere. Is our gas, oh, something's leaking. Shit. I did not notice that. Probably the radiator that I threw in there. Did I throw the radiator in there? Something's leaking. Damn. Okay, sorry. So, anyway, so we gotta repair this. Now, you wanna make sure that the threads are clean. You wanna make sure everything's good, because apparently this is really easy to strip out this little insert. So you want to put minimal force on it to get it to seal and seat. And one of the ways that we are going to achieve that is we're going to lube up our seal so it spins freely, and then once the lube dries, it will allow it to seat properly. So and this one just kind of seems kind of sketchy to begin with because it's so old, so we are gonna get just a little tiny bit. I mean, just a little. Try not to get it on the threads, even though I just did, but so I mean, we just want enough to, and then if I remember correctly, they said not to use thread sealant on this because it will you'll never get it back out. Is what I read. So, and if it leaks, then we can unscrew it and replace it with thread sealant, but okay, so I'm gonna have to use a 3/8. I didn't really think it was a, oh boy. That might be a problem. Oh, cool, I can use this. Okay, where's the wrench? What did I do? Oh yes, it's over here. So they said basically it's super easy to fuck this up, and then somebody used to make a repair kit for if you mess this up, but that was several years ago. So I'm gonna guess that there is no longer a repair kit available. Meaning we want to get this right the first time. Anything. Okay, so we're getting the seal down. We're gonna try and not fuck it up. Just gonna make sure the seal is crushed. Okay, I think that's all the force I want to put on it. And if it leaks, then we can come back with some Teflon tape and tape it up, and Well, I don't know how Teflon withstands gas, but we'll have to look it up if it doesn't make it. So, okay, so now we got to repair our, we've got to repair our sending unit. So we got a new gasket, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna get a little bit of lube on this gasket here. That way we aren't, oh wow, is that even the right size? Huh. Oh shit. Oh wait, hold on, I'm an idiot. It goes under the sending unit, okay. Okay, so got a brand new, fresh, what looks like a slightly updated sending unit. And as far as I need to go get some bullet connectors to connect this, but T is brown. I think T in German is brown. G is green, W is white. I don't know what any of that means. I think there's a wiring diagram you can get offline, but so we're gonna, carefully, okay, stretch that over, and then we're gonna bring it up into place here. Try not to mess it up, and then I'm kind of glad I fucked it up because this brazing was messed up to begin with, probably from a previous repair or from taking it apart. Don't really know, but so we're just gonna get a little tiny bit of soap. Okay, I didn't get any there. Just a little tiny bit. And we're gonna soap up that ring so it seats properly. Well, actually, maybe I didn't want to do that. Okay, but one of the things we have to do is make sure this goes down inside of that cover that we repaired. This is going to be a pain in the ass. There it goes. Okay, it looks like we got it pretty damn well centered too. So one of the things we want to do is we want to make sure this has room to go out here. But at the same time, we don't want to mess this with this too much. So I'm going to turn it maybe like that. Possibly even a little more. I think like right there. Now I might have just messed up. Yeah, I just messed up. Okay, hold on. This has got to come up, and this has got to come down on top of it. Oh boy. Okay, got to get it back down in its spot, and then start tightening this. Turn that. I want it to like line up here. Okay. Then we got to get this down so that it pushes the seal down and seals out vapors. And it's a new seal, so it's going to be a little harder than the old one. Okay, maybe that was a little too much. think what it wants us to do, well, this is the fuel line, so this is gonna go out from the tank, and then it's gonna switch to a braided line before it goes inside the car. But for right now, we're just gonna start with this, and it's the right size, okay? And so it's gonna have to come down underneath, and then somehow, that's gonna be tough. There's no way it could go over, right? I mean, because then it would, man, I don't know. It almost looks like this is supposed to go under, and this doesn't turn. If I could put that like over, man, I don't know. I don't know which way it's supposed to go. Because I think if I go like that, it'll block this hose completely. Okay, so I need my small hose here. And what we're gonna do is put our clamp on it. Well, I wonder if I could use this piece, or if this piece is too... I think this piece is too short, is why it was causing me problems before. So we're gonna go about it like this. So we're gonna lube up the nipple really good. Okay. I'm gonna turn that way. Then we're gonna push this on as far as it'll go on there. And then we'll get our clamp in position. Oh, that was dumb. Get our clamp in position. Okay. And we're gonna tighten that down. It actually seems like it wants to tighten all the way. I think there is such a thing as too tight on these. Trying to get a feel for it, but it doesn't really, it's not really giving me any feedback. Okay, so now our goal is to try and dip this down and below this line, so kind of like that. So we want to give it enough extra that it can kind of, it's going to be a pain in the ass to do this right. We want it to go down and under and then back up, so like right there. Okay. Oop, I'm gonna get some more soap. Okay. Then get our clamp, run it down on. Okay, so now the goal is to get this okay, there we go. So now we actually have enough, we can kind of push it down out of the way like that, and I think that'll be exactly how we want to do it. Now we just run this clamp down, kind of get it down out of our way here. Am I on the right side of the nipple? Yeah. Okay. Again, I'm just kind of trying to feel it out for how tight it is. And it's, again, it's just a vent. It's just a vent line. It's not even that important to the function of the vehicle as compared to the return line, which is super important, right? So, okay, now we can do the return line. I believe that will be one of these. So, slip that on. Get our soap and grease that up. Okay. Then we can put our return line on. And this shit is very strong hose because of the because I mean it carries fuel. You don't want cheap shit when you carry fuel, so getting the clamp on is, I have to release the clamp some more. Come on, go on. Yeah, it does not want to go. Whoa, too far, okay. All right, right there. I'll turn this down so it's out of the way, or as much as it'll let us turn it down anyway. Is past the nipple, right? Because it's acting like it's not. Move it back just a little bit and try again. Didn't feel like it was totally past the nipple. There we go. Yeah, I must have still been on it a little bit. Man, who the fuck came up with that shitty ass design? Like, who said, oh, let's stick these two lines together so they prevent each other from flowing properly. It's fucking stupid. Okay, that's a little better. I don't know how that's gonna handle on the the vent. I don't know how the vent will handle that. Okay, so we got our line hanging off here. Again, I don't know how much I need, so I can't cut it or anything right now, but now we can come through and we can put this back on because we had already cut some length of this. So, and this definitely goes over it, and you can just tell because there's a dip here in the tank for it. So, okay, and just need to get this back on, and then I can blow through it and make sure I'm not like completely pinched the hose. So okay. Okay. Again, this is just vent hose. It's not near as important as the fuel hose, which we'll be doing in braided line later. Okay. So I can blow through and check, make sure it's not all fucked up. Right? Okay. So this goes over that, and basically we want it to go kind of like this, and down under here. This has to come down underneath. Okay. Do not want that return line getting smashed. That would not be good. And that would mess with our fuel pump pressures too. Yeah, that's okay. Check the return line. Yep. Okay. Then, and when you pressurize this thing to, 50 psi, it's gonna overpower this any day, but still. Okay. So next on our list is, we got some of this left for this little junction right here. So we can go ahead and do that. Why do I have an extra? That's a little concerning. I have an extra hose clamp from something. I don't know what it's from. It's not a very straight cut. Much better. Okay. So now, whoops. Okay. Can get that on. What'd I do with the screwdriver? Okay. Just turn this down so it's out of the way. One of the reasons why you want to do this right the first time is because the transaxle is underneath this. So in order to do any repairs to the gas tank that aren't this right here, and even really to mess with this, you gotta take the whole transaxle back down, and you definitely don't want to do that. Trust me, you don't want to do that. So we're gonna do this right. It's got to have a little bit of a curve to it, but not much. Say about maybe right there. Try not to chop your fingers off. Okay, got some extra hose, don't know where to store it, so do that there. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty good. It shouldn't vibrate off the tank or anything now. Maybe a little bit longer than what I wanted, but I think it'll work for our purposes. If not, it'll rub against the frame of the car, which might be worse, but we'll see. Again, this is just vent hose, so it's not like the most incredibly critical thing in the world. Okay. I mean, that's pretty damn flush, so we should be all right. I don't know, I'm thinking about making it shorter. I need something that's... nah, it'll be fine. Okay. Now we need our large hose, and we're just gonna use all of this because we don't really know how long it has to be, and I need to check and see which side it's on. So the large hose is on the, well, it's on the bottom side. I don't know exactly what the point of that is, but, oh, that's where this hose clamp came from. Oh yeah, I need to get these out of here. Okay, so, and we have another problem is if I put too much weight on the back of the car, the whole freaking car lifts up because there's nothing in the front anymore. So, I mean, and there's nowhere else on the lift I could put it that I really would think would be a good idea anyway, so it's kind of a shit show. I'm gonna have to lower the car down to do this job and just lower it down on blocks. That way the car can rest on the blocks, but it won't lift up the front end or smash the front end into the floor. I might need more blocks, but that should be good for now. Just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, to put the tank in, I gotta have the car up, but to get in here and do all this, I don't know, it's a pain in the dick, because it's technically a two-person job. I don't think I'll be able to do it on my own. I'd really rather have two people working on it, but anyway. So, right, we need to get this hose on and clamped. So, put the clamp in, get our soap. Okay. Oh shit, this hose might be too small. Oh no. That's... I don't know if the hose is too... I mean, this is the size hose I needed based on what I cut off from the car, so I don't know if the hose is too small or they just made the nipple really big for some reason, or if it's a, you know, it's not the... I mean, this hose is standard size, it's in inches, which I doubt the Germans use inch-sized hose. We're just gonna have to be a little rough with it and hope we don't break the nipple. Come on. Come on. Nope. It's not going. I have to take it back off. It doesn't want to come off. Okay. Fuck. Okay. That's gonna be a problem. Because I know the pipe on the car is smaller than this. So I'm not sure where all the size difference is coming from. We're gonna really, really lube the shit out of this and hope that we can get it. You gotta twist and push. Okay. Come on. Twist. Nope, it doesn't want to twist either. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Yes, got it. That's far enough. Whew. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think the hose was just slightly missized, but again, this was the size that matched, so. Come on. Okay. And there's actually a really good reason why the hose gets bigger as it goes out the tank. It's the same reason why like they designed, or they might even still design, chimneys so that the chimney's bigger at the top, and based on the principle very similar to rocket nozzles. Uh-oh, I think that clamp is stripped out. It ain't going nowhere, but so as it opens, the air can flow faster. So it goes from small to big to, so the fumes will purposefully, so instead of the fumes going from here to here or whatever, they'll go here, they'll notice this hole is bigger, and they'll automatically go towards the bigger hole. Some kind of property of fluid dynamics that I guess doesn't really matter much, but okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back and we're gonna zip tie this stuff together so it doesn't create a nuisance for me later on. So, if I can find my zip ties. Okay, so we'll just use the white ones because they're never be seen. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zip ties and wire cutters. So we're gonna start here. We don't want this rubbing on the metal, so we're gonna zip tie it right about there. We put just enough pressure on it that it doesn't slide, but not so much pressure that it'll squeeze the tube too much. So then I want to put a zip tie, I think right here. There's a little bit of room for one. Okay, and again, just enough pressure that it won't slide up and down. Okay, and then one like right here. Well, it's gonna come up this way. So what I wanna do is I wanna do like a present style so I wanna how am I gonna do that? So the goal is to keep everything bundled and in the correct orientation so it doesn't move, number one, and two, so it doesn't vibrate or rattle. Even though, I mean, it's an off-road race car, there's gonna be hella vibration with solid motor mounts and hella rattling. But again, if we can avoid any additional, then that's good, right? And we'll turn that down out of the way. And then we'll do the same over here. We'll bring this up, and I think through. I like that, yes. Okay. And we'll just make sure this is centered, okay, like that. And then cut the nib off, and then push it down where it can't hurt nobody, hurt nothing, nobody, nothing, whatever. Okay. Now, what we have to do is clean all of this with alcohol and then just tape up some stuff. And I should have scissors for this, but I didn't bring them out because they're probably being used for cooking dinner right now. But, so actually, nah, it'll be fine. Okay, if I tape it down, it'll be fine anyway. So this'll, and then this'll be up like this, just like this basically, or like that. Or crap, like that. I'm not sure. And that'll actually help hold this down and hold everything in place. So, okay. This stuff I'm actually gonna keep because I need this to help me figure out the fucking wire diagram. It's that one. So I think it's G and T. T is ground. This is telling me that W is some kind of bypass, maybe a reference. I don't know. I need to ask. I finally got on the forums and started asking questions on the forums mostly, hey, I want to buy this, hey, I want to buy this. I'm trying to find the dual master. And if I do find a dual master kit, then I'm going to reverse engineer it and put the CAD up for everybody, because nobody makes that kit anymore. The company went out of business. So as far as I'm concerned, I have a right to help people who wanted to buy this, and the fucking company's out of business, you know? Like, what are we supposed to do? Just, uh-oh, I may have made that a little too. Okay, there we go, problem solved. All right, so I'm gonna get some alcohol. I have very little left, and I'm gonna clean all this up just enough that the stuff sticks. It doesn't really have to be like anything dramatic. Yes, I'm gonna waste more blue towels. No, I don't feel bad about it. Okay. Okay, so we'll do jeez. Man, that's nasty. Okay, one more time. Hopefully this stuff sticks, especially once it's sandwiched between the car and the tank. I can't possibly see why it wouldn't stick. Let's see where else. I think they had some here and they had some here, because some of it was torn off or is possibly still stuck up underneath the car. That is one thing I need to check, because we don't want to stick foam on top of foam and then we have a clearance issue. Okay, it's clean. Good. Good, good. Oh, actually, is there... Oh, those are weld nuts. Okay. All right. We need to start Loctiting shit. Since it's going on the car, which is going to have all solid mounts, because the solid mounts were cheaper too. That's one of the reasons why. Oh, yeah. Before I forget, I need to tighten this oil filter, because I know I'm going to forget. So previous video, you saw me make absolutely zero progress due to tons of different little issues. Like that. So now under normal circumstances, you never, ever, ever, never tighten a filter with a wrench. But because I can't get my hand on it, I need to get an extra little turn out of it in order to... Wait, I did it the wrong way. In order to get the results that I want. Okay, that'll never leak. And the gasket's pretty well seated on there. Okay, and then of course when I have to take it off, I'm gonna have to use the stronger wrench. So I purposefully used the weak one. Okay, so that will never come off now. Hopefully won't leak. This is, where'd the freaking wrench go? Well, I guess I should say, where did the socket go that I was using? Oh boy, I may have screwed up. That's what happens. Oh, there it is. When I stop in the middle of shit. So I want to make sure it's clear that these are loose. I'm not going to deal with it today, but I want to make sure that's clear it's loose. Okay. And then there's a whole new development with this thing, because this thing requires a super good ground, and right now I don't really have a way to give it a good ground because of all the shit it has to try and travel through. I mean, I'm gonna use a multimeter and test from here to here, but I'm assuming I'm gonna get several ohms, which would completely change the oil pressure reading. I might have to wire in a custom ground. But anyway, we're supposed to be working on the fuel tank. Or was that it? Oh, right, the foam. Okay, so we're gonna need a piece of foam that starts here and goes all the way down here. Luckily, these wire cutters are still sharp, even though I've cut through a couple hundred wire harness wires. So, oh, come on. Okay. And of course, the backing doesn't want to come off. All right. Okay, all right, now the next one goes from here down across, basically here to here. Do this a little smarter this time. Okay. We're gonna start here, go down and across. Okay. Okay. And then we want to do a piece across here because we don't want this to be like flapping around all free and shit. So cut, cut, hey. Okay. Okay, and then piece here to here to keep this from, yeah, this should settle down once it's in the car, but so we need a little bit of attention to detail, right? It's a gas tank. None of this will ever be seen again, so we don't need too much attention to detail, but we want enough. Okay. And then there was one here. I'm gonna just do here to here. So I just don't want this line getting pinched because the line is important. Like the tank is known to have pressure buildup issues for people who kind of look before they leap and block off those lines without really considering the consequences of that. I saw a couple articles where people had actually, the tank gotten so highly pressurized from the fuel vapors that it bulged and actually bent and destroyed the trunk of the car. And it makes sense. I mean, that shit, you know, vapors are dangerous. It's like steam, you know, it's 1,000 times the volume. Well, I don't know how gas vapors are compared to steam, but you know what I mean. It's not something you want stuck in your gas tank. Looks like they had a piece here. And they had a piece here. finding little extra pieces everywhere. I mean, I got plenty of this shit and I don't really need it for anything else. And it was cheap enough. We'll just get this thing all nice and decked out. Hopefully when I come out tomorrow, or whenever my friend can come help, it's not completely peeled up. I mean, I'm hoping I can just use a jack and jack the tank up into position where these two nodules are, get, you know, and feed all this shit through semi at the same time. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a little harder than that. Little piece there. Looks like I maybe messed up my pattern a little bit, but I am okay with the way it is now. Just put a piece there. Okay, where else would be vulnerable? Looks like there was a piece there at some point. Some point a long time ago. And what this is doing really is just preventing the tank from having a really bad harsh vibration up against the frame of the car. I'm hoping it's just thick enough. That's my only concern. If it's not thick enough, then it'll rattle anyway. If it's not thick enough, I'll probably have to take it back down and stick another layer of this foam on top of the existing foam. But from what I pulled off of the tank, the old stuff, I think this is what I want. So, trash. Okay, then this stuff I need to keep. This goes up top here, actually. I found it goes right up here on this, so I need to keep that. And then, okay, that's in a pretty safe spot, I would say. Then this zip tie here is broken. It's supposed to hold this on, but in this zip tie too. So the thing, I left those zip ties there because I need to know and remember that they go there, but at the same time, they are preventing from like moving this around to get it into the tank properly. I'm just afraid I don't want to fuck up this piece here by pushing on this. See how it kind of, so I'm gonna leave this zip tie. This one's already not right, so I think they'll be okay. Really, the next step is to, I think it'd be smarter to have a friend help out than to try and do it on my own. Especially after all this hard work and then you screw it up at the last second, you know. But we can at least, get the car lowered down to where it's safe to work on. Whoop. Okay. So now the car's, so if something were to happen with the lift, since the lift's not on a lock, those chocks will keep the car way away from me. The car's got a pretty tall ass. Not tall ass, tall ass. But I think the big problem with this is getting this to seat properly on this. I think is gonna be in, well, all this other shit is in the way. And I actually figured out this is actually super important. So what this allows the vapors to come out of the fuel tube because the gas cap is actually a non-vented gas cap. Ew. So it allows the vapors to come, see, non-vented. So it allows the vapors to come up and then condense in here as gas and then filter back down. So what we'll do is we'll put a hose here and then we'll drop it out the bottom, and it'll allow the fumes to just kind of, not really the right way to do it, but it's the only way I have to do it. So this has got to be replaced. And then there's really, this stuff is in my way. Like, it's really in my way. Actually, I want to get this shit out of my way before I go any further. So the car's got to go back up to head height so I can actually, and one of the things I gotta do is try and get this, because this is all part of it up here, is get this freed. I gotta redo this front brake line. So, but it's, and I've actually seen people take these off, look at that, successfully, which it's good. I was able to rescue this one because I need it to hold my front brake line on. Actually amazed that one was in good condition compared to the rest of them. Just, it's not in that good a condition. I might have just destroyed it by doing that. But okay, we gotta keep that because that's holding my brake line on, and then we gotta. This is the rear brake line, so we can pull it out. The fuel line, can pull those out. Those are a little harder to bend. Okay, now this, we want to put this back together for now, because unless I can save this fitting, I'm gonna try to save the fitting. I doubt it, but we're gonna put this fucking shit back together because I mean, really, the last thing I want to do is like have to replace. I doubt that you can even buy these little things anymore. I mean, it'd be cool if you could, because it'd probably make your life 10 times easier, but we're not really gonna get it that tight. I mean, again, it's just holding a brake line from vibrating. It's not doing much. That seems like it's in okay condition. Okay, so that's back there where it needs to go. Now we need to break this one free so we can drop the rest of these lines. We might even have to just cut these lines so we don't risk damaging the brake line that may or may not be in good condition. I mean, I might have to redo it anyway, depending on how I set up my dual masters. I'm gonna keep this. As a backup. Okay. Now these have got to come out without fucking up the brake line. Ah, that's fuel. Didn't think there'd still be fuel in these things. Come on. Damn. Okay, I might have to just try and free this brake line now. Ooh. May or may not go well. Especially because I don't think I have the right wrench for it. So I have, where are they? I have flare nut wrenches, but they're, I don't know, you'd think it would be a fucking metric wrench. But a 12 is too big, and I don't have an 11. So I think I actually just ended up using an 11 wrench, which of course is a terrible idea for brake fittings because they make flare nut wrenches for a reason. Oh boy, the whole fucking thing is spinning. Yes, that's right, I had to use a 17 against a 11. Who do you think's gonna win? Holy shit, did I actually save this one? It's spinning the whole brake line. It might fuck up the brake line. Shit. Yeah, it's spinning the whole goddamn fucking brake line. Fuck. Come on, let my brake line go free. Damn, I might as well run a new brake line. It's all fucking nasty. Yeah, come on. I screwed myself by putting that back together. Save. I might not be doing the brake lines for a while, so I need to save that stuff, as nasty as it is. I need to save. I need to try to save this. And I'll have to. Okay, good. It's a two-piece. It's kind of. Come on. Come on out. Okay. There we go. I actually ordered new turn signals that looked like they were in better condition. So we'll see if they ever fucking show up. I hope they show up. These, I don't know what to do about these because they were all rotted out. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to say fuck it and replace that brake line. Problem is, I need to save that fitting and clean it up really good. Because I don't know where to get those fittings. I don't know what size they are or anything, so. Okay. Now, what the hell is holding these lines? That is nasty. Okay. Yeah, that's right. They're captured by the... I'm gonna have to cut them. I should probably leave. Wait, I have an extra, right? I was gonna say, I don't wanna have a sharp, pokey thing just hanging there out in the back of the car near the fuel system. Which one's in better condition? I think it's worse condition. Goes in the back of the car as a sacrifice. It's a good storage location, right? Never get to it again. Okay. Yeah, I mean, now would be a perfect time to reinforce the shocks and build. You'd have to build an arm off of here to make them strong enough for off-road. The problem is you have like no clearance. So you'd have to build this out and then put a big heavy-duty arm on here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you do that. I feel like that would be a huge pain in the dick to do right, properly. Okay, so I'm thinking, yeah. Yee. How to get this shit out of my way. Have to cut it somehow. More of a question of how at this point. Something's that's brake fluid. Oh, there's towels over here. I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah, come on, drain all the brake fluid out. Please. This shit's nasty. It's corrosive. Come on. How much of this shit is there? Okay. And we'll turn a little trap for it. That way it'll, hopefully not. I don't know. Try and pinch the line off if we can. No, I don't think that worked. Come on. The fluid will still flow through that. I need to pinch the line. There we go, now the line's pinched. Okay. As dumb as that looks. Okay, how the hell am I gonna cut through that line? Wait, I have a kit with a little cutter thingy that you just spin the cutter around the tube, but that's inside. I'll have to come back and do that later, I guess. So I'm pretty much done for the day, I think. Call it a day while everything's still in one piece, right? Okay, I need a better, like, let's do this for the intro picture. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a good night. Try not to hold me down, feel alive.